Alright, Bionic Sheep and Warfrog again with another 35 Khador versus Cryx rep. This time we got Vlad with Wardog, a Devastator, Destroyer, and Berserker in his battle group, with Widowmakers, minimum unit of Winter Guard Rifle Corps, ManOWar Kovnik, and full unit of Mechaniks.
Of the Witch Coven of Garlghast, which is Helena, Morgana, or Morgan, and Celine, I think? I don't know. The Egregore battle group of a Reaper, a Slayer, a Nightwretch, and a Deathripper. A full 10-man squad of Mechanithralls, the Necrosurgeon, Bane Lord Tartarus, minimum unit of Bane Thralls, and a Pistol Wraith.
Alright, so Khador, he deployed Berserker and Destroyer up there with the Mechaniks behind. Vlad there, Wardog, Kovnik, and the Devastator. Winter Guard there, Widowmakers, advanced split up there.
Alright, so Cryx deployed Bane Thralls and Tartarus over here. The Egregore is in base to base with both the Helljacks, giving them stealth, and the Coven's all around them. There's the Nightwretch there, the Deathripper's over here, the Surgeon's down here, and the Mechanithralls are all up on the hill, and the Pistol Wraith is over in the corner.
Alright, so for Khador, turn 1, basically just everything ran up. Vlad cast Windwall, even though he didn't really have any attacks. He's got, what, Pistol Wraith and Bile Thralls? Because it's technically not a magical attack?
Bile Thralls, though.
Oh, you didn't bring them, right? Whatever.
Alright, so Cryx turn 1, the Bane Thralls and Tartarus all ran up. The Jacks shimmied up a bit, Mechanithralls all ran up, Pistol Wraith ran up, Bonejack ran up, Surgeon ran up. This Bonejack ran up and got 2 Stygian Abysses channeled through it, which killed 2 Widowmakers. Oh, 3 of them, yeah, and 1 of them missed. So killed 2, they passed their fear check. And the witches also put Oculation on the Mechanithralls. And that's the extent of the Cryx turn.
Alright, end of Khador turn 2. Vlad stayed there, cast Signs Importance, and put 2 focus on the Destroyer. Widowmakers fired, did a little bit of damage to the Bonejack, I can't remember how much. The Winter Guard moved up, did a little bit of damage to the Bonejack as well. Destroyer ran over, fired, and completely obliterated what was left of the Bonejack. ManOWar moved up, and Berserker ran over to cover Vlad, and that was pretty much it.
Alright, end of Cryx turn 2, I think. Mechanithralls all moved up, spacing themselves differently. Bane Thralls and such all moved up. Bonejack moved up, had 2 spells channeled through it. One was... actually only had 1 spell channeled through it. One was kill the Widowmaker, the Widowmakers are now fleeing, and the other one put the Veil of Mist down. Then that witch declared defeat, which makes -2 Mat and Rat for every enemy model in their control area, which is essentially everything but the Mechaniks, Vlad, and the guard dogs. Pistol Wraith shot the Destroyer, did no damage, but death chilled it, so it has to forfeit movement or activation next turn. And I forgot to activate my Stitchthrall, so I'll quickly do that after this recording. And that's all that happened.
Alright, end of Khador turn 3. Basically, because we could run forward and die, or stand there and do nothing. Basically, we just ran back, just to prevent him from charging. And that was it. So, pretty lame turn.
Alright, so Cryx turn 3? Alright, so for focus allocation, the Witch gave 3 to the Reaper, 1 to the Slayer, and kept the other 5 for themselves. Let all the upkeeps expire. So how do we do this? 1 Witch activated, cast Infernal Machine on the Slayer to give it +2 mat and speed, which wasn't relevant. The Slayer walked around to the Reaper and performed a double-handed throw, throwing the Reaper towards the Destroyer, which scattered back, but
Landed there,
because of least disturbance with the impassable terrain and the models that were here, he ended up over here. The Reaper then walked up during its turn and shot the Destroyer with the harpoon, boosting hit and damage.
Before you had cast something through the...
Oh yeah, I used
hit something. You used lower...
The Witch also put
armor.
Curse of Shadows. Shit. I just realized something. I could have done a lot more damage. Oh well. But yeah, cast Curse of Shadows onto the Destroyer, and then the Reaper reeled it in. The Mechanithralls charging, which I just realized right now is I was only able to get 3 Mechanithralls to charge into base with the Destroyer. But because of Curse of Shadows, models can advance to the Destroyer right now. So the Mechanithralls could have, the first 3 Mechanithralls could have charged through the Destroyer and turned around, and the next ones could have charged into it. Regardless, it still got a decent amount of damage, only crippled the movement though. Then the Pistol Wraith then shot at the Destroyer into combat. Because of the elevated target and the forfeiting the movement, it basically ignored the close combat bonus and locked him in place with the... Did 1 point of damage and locked him in place with the Death Chill.
Yep.
And that was the Destroyer's damage grid there. And the Bane Thralls and Tartarus just basically moved up, and this is where we're at. Let's see how this goes.
Alright, so end of Khador turn whatever, and it's basically just been decided, well, it was decided a couple turns ago, this was just a fool around match. So, Winter Guard all charged, fired it point blank into the Bane Thralls, well, whatever, you know what I mean, they ran out, shot all the Bane Thralls in the face, well, 3 of them. Did, what, 2 points of damage to Tartarus? Yeah. And then, Vlad feeded and cast Sun's Importance. Mechaniks moved out of the way. Widowmaker moved around, shot the Mechanithrall that was there. Devastator charged up, did his explodey thing, killed, what, 6 Mechanithralls, I think?
Yeah, so
and it was the Stitchthrall that lived. Berserker charged, wasted the Bonejack, and actually gave him 3 focus, but he only has to roll against what he spent, and he only ended up spending 2, but rolled a 4 so it didn't explode. And, yeah, that was that round.
It's going to be easier with all this over there. Alright, end of Cryx turn 4, I think, now. So first over here, Tartarus charged out of the woods into the Winter Guard. He did a Thresher attack, killing 3 of the 4 that were hit by it. And he created 3 Bane Thralls with that, and he created them between that Winter Guard and the barrels there. The Bane Thralls then charged those 2 into the 2 Winter Guard. This one into the Destroyer, which was there. Devastator, whichever. The ball one that you can roll around. And the other 2 into Vlad. 1 hit Vlad for...
Like 13 damage?
13 damage, so he's only got 5 boxes left. The other one missed. Those 2 killed the Winter Guard, obviously, seeing as they're not there.
That one hit the ManOWar and did damage.
Yeah, 3 damage, 4 damage.
5.
5 damage, wow. To the ManOWar. So then the Slayer attacked the Destroyer, and I gave the Slayer 3 focus, thinking it's going to have to do a beatdown, but its initial attacks finished off the Destroyer. I forgot how much damage was already done. Then the Witches did some maneuvering to get into their perfect alignment so they could cast Ghost Walk on the Slayer, who then proceeded to charge, because he still had Infernal Machine, charge all the way across into the Devastator? Decimator?
Devastator.
Devastator. Too many D's on Khador. And with his repetitive clawing attacks, killed it. I think he has a focus left on him still from that. And the Necrosurgeon, prior to that, sorry, Pistol Wraith shot the Warjack there, the Berserker, so it could only has to forfeit movement or action next turn. Which originally I was just going to stay back, but then made the Mechanithralls, charged it, brought it down to 3 boxes with charging Mechanithralls. And yeah, one of their damage rolls did nothing, so it really could have easily been killed last turn, but... And... I think that's it. That's all my positioning and such.
End of Khador, turn 5. Juggernaut attempted to smack 2 of the Mechanithralls, but failed utterly. Widowmaker fired at the Necrosurgeon.
Took off the Stitchthrall instead.
Winterguard tried to fire and missed horribly. What happened here? ManOWar turned, killed one of the Bane Thralls. Vlad cast Blood of Kings, killed 2. Wardog charged, killed Tartarus, and then returned. And the Mechaniks all ran up to form a meat shield. And that was it.
End of Cryx turn something or other. So Mechanithralls finished off the Berserker. The Bane Thralls, 1 charged the Mechanic, 1 charged the Winterguard, 1 just ran because it was out of formation. Killed everything they charged. The Pistol Wraith shot 2 Mechaniks to open up a charge lane. Slayer charged the ManOWar Kovnik, killed it. Reaper walked up, shot Vlad, missed. Stitchthralls made 3 more Mechanithralls, so there should only be 1 corpse token left. And that's it.
None, because you made 3 and you only had 3. Alright, end of Khador, turn whatever. 2 Mechaniks charged, killed 2 Thralls. Another Mechanic charge, killed Bane Thrall. Widowmaker fired, hit.
Bitch.
Yeah, whatever her name is. She obviously did the dodge and
pond.
Yeah. Vlad charged, or not charged, but walked up and then finished off the Slayer. Actually, it had no damage prior to that, didn't it?
No, it was Guard Dog.
Oh yeah, it did a bit of damage. So he finished off that. Guard Dog charged, failed, just barely failed to kill the Bane Thrall, and then returned again. And that's it.
So Cryx frickin' failed this turn, but still managed to kill Vlad. So basically my plan was I put 3 focus on the Reaper. The Reaper was going to charge Vlad. Before that I was going to cast the armor reducing thing on Vlad and Infernal Machine on the Reaper to make it easier. Well, I moved the eye to try to get in range to cast the spell on Vlad. Was out of range of Vlad, and I forgot about casting it on the Reaper too. So I was out of range of the Reaper as well, so he had to go in there with nothing. Luckily the Bane Thralls were able to charge in to give them their -2 armor in their melee range.
And neither one failed to do anything because the dog got his tough roll. And
yeah, dog made his tough roll, the other one
just missed.
Yeah, double 6s to hit Vlad with his defense 20 of OPness.
Awesomeness.
And then so the Reaper charged, or I walked up, boosted the hit, and got 13 to hit, which was exactly what he needed. And then I boosted the damage just to say I hit once. I got sustained attack, but I suppose I shouldn't have boosted that because I had sustained attack. Even if I failed the roll, I would have had a free hit. But regardless, he died. It's over. Cryx victory. We'll be back with MVP and whatever the hell we call that other model. Alright, so MVP and most useless model. My MVP would have to be the Slayer, because initially he did the whole throwing the Reaper shenanigans to get the Reaper in range to shoot and reel in the Destroyer. And then he also beat the crap out of... So he enabled the destruction of the Destroyer, beat the crap out of the Decimator. Am I getting his names right? Devastator. And then killed the ManOWar Kovnik as well. So he, all around, made up his points. Awesome. For a 6-point jack, did frickin' lot of damage.
9, 18, 21 points?
Yeah, so he didn't do all 21 points, but he enabled all 21 points.
Well, he did 12 by himself, so,
Yeah.
I mean, still more than double his points.
Yeah. And then, so my worst model would be the Egregore, the character solo that comes with the Coven, who is the focus point of all their spells in their control area. Because while I had Arc Nodes, I never really used him for anything. He basically walked around and held on to focus. But once my Arc Nodes were dead, I actually had to cast spells from him. He was never in range to do anything. And a lot of it was just running around trying to position things to get spells off. But the biggest problem was all my models did something, he did the least, so that's what we're going with.
Yeah. And for Khador, most useless is going to be the Devastator, because he blew up, killed a bunch of guys, but they all just got rebuilt anyway. So that's why he's versed. And most, or I guess best, is going to be Vlad and the Wardog, because them as a combo is just awesome. With Blood of Kings and then the Wardog's, you know, it's free charge and in return, and it's bonus to defense and melee and stuff. Killed a lot. And that was it.